Shaun, did you enjoy Saturday night after your first win as co-manager?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, a much better feeling, and we're really pleased. Just really pleased for the players as much as anything. I think Ben would have pointed out after the game, the way they've bought into what we've tried to do the last couple of weeks. Obviously, didn't come off as we wanted the first game against Slough, but I said at the time there was signs of what we'd worked on coming out in that, and it was really pleasing that we saw a lot more of it on Saturday.
In the aftermath of the Slough game, Ben spoke about the character the team showed in coming back into the game after a tough start. It was another tough start in terms of the first couple of minutes on Saturday. What do you make of the character your team showed this weekend?
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, I just think what was important was they didn't go away from what the game plan was. You know, that was the crucial part. Was when we spoke about it, I think, in the last week, when we have a setback, or when we've had setbacks recently, we sort of then lead on to another setback and leads on to another setback. And I still think we showed signs of that in the first 10-15 minutes, if I'm honest, but we did deal with it better. And then you saw, as the game wore on, you saw the confidence sort of just come back into some of them, which nobody can put confidence in anybody. All you can do is try and create an environment where that's possible for them to refine that, and I think that's what we tried to do. And they slowly came back to him before the end of the game. You know, I thought we saw a real difference in the second half, just in the way people went after the moments that came up for him.
And last week, building into the game, you sort of gave a bit of a rallying cry to the crowd to get behind us, create an atmosphere for everybody as well. How did they do?
Yeah, no, fantastic. Someone commented on it to me yesterday, said that was the best they've heard London Park for a little while, and what really pleased me was in the first half at 1-0 down, they really stuck behind us, and that makes such a difference. And I think the important thing for that is I think people have to realise the impact and the part people can play, as in terms of you get behind the players, things like you create an atmosphere which allows, when I talk about creating an environment to give players the opportunity to refine their confidence, that was it on Saturday. It was perfect, and hopefully, obviously, that comes down to the players as well. We're not hiding away from that fact. You know, they have to obviously perform and they have to give what they give on Saturday. But what I would say is, even when games are tough, not every game's going to be like that. When games are tough, the players are giving their all. Just because it doesn't show up exactly the same, they are giving their all. And I think when the atmosphere ends up like that, all of a sudden, a 50-50, they just find that little bit more because of the atmosphere that's created within the ground. So that's really important for us moving forwards, and I hope the fans realise what a big part they played in that, and long may that continue.
You and Ben both touched on confidence was a word you use, and self-belief you use quite a lot building into the Slough game and the Morecambe game. What's it been like at training today with the players coming back in after getting back on the winning run?
They've definitely they definitely come in with a bit more of a spring in the step naturally. I think you can see they're pleased with that, but you know, the reality is we're ready for another game tomorrow night, and that's been the message this morning. You know, we reviewed the game first thing, put that to bed. We've then trained and prepared how we would have any other games in terms of getting ready for tomorrow. So I think we're looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Is in terms of can we build on Saturday? That's the big challenge. So we've had the first step at Slough, I felt, as in terms of being able to come from behind, and second half showed signs for me of where we want to head towards. Really built on it on Saturday. Now we have to back that up again, and can we get a performance level which then will give us a good opportunity to win again.
Looking at tomorrow's game, are you able to welcome any players back? I know Mishi and Danny Amos dropped out with knocks last week.
We're hoping Danny might be back. Fingers crossed. See how he comes through training today. Once he's settled down after training, so hopefully he'll be back. Mish definitely won't be involved, and then we'll probably be missing a couple from the weekend. A couple of players that just they've had injury troubles over a period of time, so that was a big effort from some of the players. So we didn't really want to make too many changes, but I think we'll be forced into a couple. But we'll see that tomorrow night.
And Slough, it's not a game you can take lightly because they caused us a fair few problems in the initial game, didn't they?
Yeah, well, I spoke to the manager after the game and I said it really amazed me the league position from the games I've watched of them recently. When you look at the results, I think they've lost 2 in 15 or 16, which is, to see a team down the bottom end of the league is scary, really, is in terms of when they're on a run like that. So they score lots of goals. They lost 4-3 at the weekend, but obviously another 3 goals, won 4-0 in the game after us. So, and I think we saw that in the game against us, the threat that they pose. Our challenge again is, how can we impose ourselves onto the game? How can we get on the front foot? How can we be the ones to take the game to them, whilst still being aware of the threats that they do pose?